The following segment is sponsored by United We Pledge. Let's get ready to celebrate liberty and patriotism like never before. Professor Greg Jackson is here to tell us all about a fun and free event in southern Utah. Welcome, Professor.
Well, thank you very much. Glad to be here.
It's great to see you. Okay, what is History That Doesn't Suck? First of all, you're not going to forget that name.
It's pretty memorable, yeah. So that's my podcast. I started it 6 years ago, and in it I tell the story of the United States. So I start with a young, barely over 20 George Washington losing, just getting his butt kicked, frankly, to the French in what turns into the French and Indian War. He doesn't know it. He's fighting the first battle of this 9-year-long war. And from there, we follow young George as he learns some hard lessons right into the American Revolution. And the protagonist, I guess you could say, kind of shifts with each episode as I tell stories. I keep the American story grounded in the stories of individuals. Okay. And that's what I mean when I say it doesn't suck.
It doesn't suck.
You know,
that's right.
We keep it from getting dry and boring that way.
That's right. Now, when did you get interested in U.S. history? Have you kind of always loved it? And what made you want to start a podcast?
So, I've loved history since I was a kid. It was the one subject that interested me more than doing kickflips and playing my guitar as a teenager. Went to college. I did a PhD in history. I'm a professor at Utah Valley University. But it was a few years ago where I thought there needs to be, first of all, just more accessible and a fun way to learn history that doesn't sacrifice the rigor and the depth. I didn't feel like there was something quite out there, and as I looked at history podcasts, I didn't see a lot of professional historians, frankly, in the space, as much as I love and respect a lot of the people in it. So I took the dive, I jumped in, and it has turned into my life in a number of ways.
That is so cool. I love it. Okay, tell us about the event that's coming up. What can we expect?
Sure. So I have a live show at this point. I've adapted the podcast to the stage, and that stage show is called The Unlikely Union. And in that I tell just the first 100 years of American history in 100 minutes. Wow. So we get in close and in depth with a few characters as we also get all the big picture stuff, with the whole point being really something I think a lot of Americans are probably dying to hear these days, just how our union has survived. And it helps us contextualize some of the challenges we face today and realize that maybe we aren't the first to have a rough go at times, and realize the sacrifices and compromises that have been made to keep the country together.
Yeah, absolutely. What is the goal of this event?
So the show is being sponsored this week as a part of Liberty Week. United We Pledge is hosting it. And so that whole week is there to celebrate the 4th of July, celebrate American independence. My show in particular, which I've been touring across the country, so it's always fun to bring it home to Utah.
Yay, we love that.
Yes, and it's been a blast. But that show, I hope people walk out with a better understanding of really what a miracle it is that our country's held together, what makes it special, and hopefully help people to pause and consider the relationship we have with each other as fellow Americans before we start bickering about
absolutely
things.
Well, United We Pledge is doing such an awesome job with Liberty Week. There's so much going on. You can go to unitedwepledge.org for more information about events and things that are going on, and this one too. And Greg, where can we follow you?
Just go to my website, htdspodcast.com. That's the easiest place to find me. But if you also just search for History That Doesn't Suck on Apple, Spotify, any of those usual podcast places, I'm going to pop right up.
Easy to remember. Greg, thank you so much. Great to see you.
Thank you.